Welcome to Skills and Inspiration from Inspire to Change. Today's video focuses on stress strategies and tools to keep you motivated at challenging times. The aim of this video is to provide you with an understanding of stress and the effects it can have upon our lives, using practical steps to manage how we behave in stressful situations. We can begin to take control of our emotions, leading to an improvement in well-being. Throughout this video, we will look at how to understand the difference between pressure and stress, how to recognise the symptoms of stress in you and in others. We will look at how to identify where the stress is coming from and how you will be able to manage this to increase your well-being. So what is the difference between pressure and stress? Stress can mean different things to different people. Because of this, it can be very difficult to measure. The definition of stress is the adverse reaction people have to excessive pressure or other types of demand placed upon them. This means how we react badly if we have too much pressure placed upon us. Pressure, however, is something we will all experience at some point in our life. We can think of it as the start of our body's stress response. Our reactions and responses to pressure either result in a positive change, or if left alone, can develop into stress. We need a certain amount of pressure in our lives to motivate us. This helps us to function properly and complete daily tasks such as driving. Without enough pressure, we can become bored and lack motivation. How you cope with the demands that are made on you can ultimately determine your ability to either manage the pressure or experience stress. When we are under pressure or challenged, our body goes into fight or flight response. Our body undergoes immediate changes so that we are ready for action. Our heart starts to beat faster to provide enough oxygen around the body. Our hearing becomes more accurate. Our pupils dilate so that we can see clearly. And this is all natural. Problems start when our body stays in this state for too long. If the threat is not resolved, we don't return to normal, and if it continues for too long, we may temporarily damage our health. This graph is called the stress curve. It shows us how much pressure is needed for us to function at our best. Starting at the left side of the picture, pressure is low, and so is motivation. As I previously mentioned, if you don't have enough pressure and things to do, you can become bored, demotivated, and there is a possibility that you notice a drop in your mental health. As we move along to the middle of the picture, pressure is increasing, and so is our motivation. For example, we know we need to do our weekly shop. We are only shopping for ourselves. It is something we enjoy doing, so we can do this well. This is where we function at our best. Moving towards the right side of the picture, the pressure is increasing even more. Not only have we got to shop for ourselves, but we may be looking after others, such as elderly relatives and friends. We know we need to take care of them and do a lot of things to help them, but sometimes it becomes too much, and we have gone past doing well and are becoming exhausted and demotivated again. The zone of delusion happens when we have been doing well and then try to push ourselves too hard. At first, we don't recognise that we are taking on too much. If we don't take a step back and think at this point, we can quickly slip into burnout before we realise. What we need to work out is how much pressure or things to do we actually need to ensure we are motivated but not worn out? Have a think about where you would put yourself on this graph at the moment. If you identified that you were at the right side of the stress curve, it may be that you are starting to experience stress. But what might stress look like? We can't always tell someone is feeling stressed just by looking at them. They may look tired and have become quieter or more distant, but often the symptoms of stress can be building up silently inside. You might start experiencing more regular headaches, general body aches and pains, skin irritations and rashes, or stomach problems. You may have trouble concentrating on the things that wouldn't normally worry you. Some of the stress we experience may be created by recognizing a problem and not acting upon it. This is called tolerating. What can you do to change, accept, or let go of the problem and reduce your stress? Think about a situation you are currently struggling to tolerate. Why are you tolerating it? Is it too much trouble to deal with? It may seem that a lot would have to happen in order to fix the problem. Is it better not to rock the boat? People worry about security, their image, and their family's opinion. Is it better to let sleeping dogs lie? Basically, this means to leave something alone that might cause trouble, or to not talk about things that have caused trouble in the past, or to not try to change a situation because it might cause trouble. Maybe it's because you simply don't know what to do. Many people are not aware of the steps they can take to tackle a problem. Or is it that you don't have the support that you need? If you are not in a supportive environment with people willing to help tackle the problem, how can you make those changes? This table could be a starting point for you. You can list what the costs and the benefits to you are of either tolerating or responding to your situation. Having a range of options that you can clearly see gives you a choice and control over the responses you make. If you think about the situation of shopping that we described earlier and feeling overburdened by helping others, is there something else that you can do to reach a better outcome? The cost to you, if you continue to tolerate and put up with the situation, could be that it makes you feel unhappy. However, if you respond and stop doing this, you may be judged by others. However, the benefits to you of tolerating and putting up with the situation may be that your family and friends will think you are a strong person. But if you do respond, you might get the help that you need. It is important to start recognizing the things that you can change and do something about. It may well be that there isn't anyone that can help you from Monday to Friday. However, at the weekend, there might be other family members that could help you out. Identifying situations that we do have some control over can mean that we have power and control over our futures. Although you might want your family to think you are the strong one and don't want to be judged by others, is it better to continue making yourself feel unhappy, or should you really get the help you need to keep yourself well? Which situations that currently cause you stress have you the power to start making changes to? Have a look at the table above and think about the choices and the options that you have. Let's do some action planning. Let the worries go that you have no control over for now, so that you can stop spending time on them. Concentrate on the worries you have some control over, and decide on the actions you can take to reduce your stress. Break the issue down into manageable sections. So what do you want to change? What can you control about the situation? What do you need to do? Who can help you achieve this change? When will you start making this change? And how will you feel when you start to see these changes happening? By using an action plan, you are beginning to take control of the situation and can see a positive and brighter outcome. When all your worries seem to be too much and you're moving from that motivated phase to that stressed phase, use this simple technique and allow your mind to slow down and become more focused. Sit in a relaxed position, close your eyes and create the image of a blank television screen. Project the thoughts and activities of the day from waking up to now on the screen. If a stressful event comes into view, focus on this event. How could you change this to become more positive? What has worked well before? And what would you do differently? This allows you to learn from a past experience. Keep the picture on the screen until you can see how you can make it more positive and what it would look like. You are focusing on the skills you already have to change rather than blaming yourself or continuing to worry about it. Now that you have begun to understand the difference between pressure and stress and recognise those symptoms and signs of stress in yourself and others, you can identify your own sources of stress. You can also consider the strategies to improve your well-being and begin a positive approach to change by building your own personal action plan.